Cloudy but dry here in Landover, 60 degrees here in the second day of January. Very pleasant conditions outside. Well, the playoff picture as we enter today, the Eagles can clinch a postseason spot with the win today, plus a Vikings loss later tonight versus Green Bay. Plus, they would need one of the two things to happen, either a New Orleans loss or a San Francisco win. So that's the picture for Nick Sirianni. Meanwhile, for Ron Rivera in his second year at the helm of Washington, simply put, they must win today to keep their slim playoff hopes alive.
That one makes more sense to me. Other than all that math, Aaron, that one makes a lot more sense to me. Win, and you keep it alive.
We got time later to go over the game.
Good.
Philly won, Alexa defer. Here's DeAndre Carter, one of the more dangerous return men in the NFL, and a good return past the 30. We go down to the field. We say hello to Shannon Spake.
Hey, Mark, Aaron, I have a number for you. That number is 12. That's how many days it's been since these two teams faced each other last. And when I asked players what they remember from that game just 12 days ago, they used the word physical. And a lot of that physicality started right up front at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles ran for 238 yards in that game. Defensive tackle Jonathan Allen told me, I take that personal. He said, we did not do our jobs against this Eagles run attack. Today is an opportunity to fix that.
Washington starts with the ball, and they start on the ground with Jarrett Patterson. This is a Washington offense that is shorthanded once again today, as Tyler Heineke is looking for a course correct this afternoon. He missed the previous matchup versus the Eagles because of COVID. His last two starts, both against Dallas, he completed fewer than 40% of his passes. He was sacked 8 times, and Mark, you believe he needs to be a playmaker today?
There's no question about it. Unscheduled plays, scramble around a little bit, keep things alive, and then don't be afraid to let it eat. That's one of the things he's got to do.
Back to the ground game again with Patterson. This is a Washington team without its leading rusher and 2 starters up front.
Yeah, you know, and it's interesting when you talk about Patterson, you talk about a guy that's replacing Antonio Gibson, who's really the actuator of this offense. I don't think the run game suffers. I think Patterson's a good running back. I think it's catching the ball out of the backfield. Remember, they've lost their 2 most potent receivers out of the backfield in J.D. McKissick over the course of the year, and then Antonio Gibson out with COVID.
And McKissick's so involved in the pass game, really a dynamic player. He's out once again with Gibson. On 3rd and 3, Heineke airs it out. What a catch made inside Philly territory. Cam Sims, his 12th catch of the year.
Well, Sims, they're just running a little. We're going to go under, and then we're going to go over, and just kind of mirrored routes here. But look at the route. Look at the extension over the top of the ball, getting out of the linebacker's way, and having that layered route with McLaurin underneath, Cam Sims over the top. Make them make a decision there and get it to the wide open guy, Cam Sims. Nice throw by Heineke. Way to start.
On play action, Heineke. He steps up, a little sidearm sling, and a knee-high catch made by Adam Humphries. This is an Eagles defense, meanwhile, that's been stingy, allowed the 5th fewest yards in the NFL.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I think one of the guys that's really solidified this defense in recent weeks is 57. That's TJ Edwards. He really ties the front end and the back end together. Great when it comes to communication. The green dot guy never leaves the field, and he's really tied it together for this defense over the last 6, 7, 8 weeks.
Heineke off to a good start, completing his first 2 passes. Throws off his heels towards the boundary. It's the rookie tight end, John Bates, in this Washington offense, clicking right down the field.
I love this passing triangle. So Bates is going to come right down here, and he's going to be on the out route. But you're going to see a 3-level throw. See all 3 of them right there? All 3 guys right there. Short, medium, and deep. And they get it to Bates, who they say is one of the most sure-handed guys on their football team right now.
That's good for 24 yards. Washington right away inside the red zone. And off to Patterson. Patterson inside the 5. Patterson, touchdown, Washington. The second of the season for the rookie out of Buffalo.
And it all starts right. The big hog mollies up front. Look at Shadiq Charles in here. Watch the push right here. great staying underneath the pads, driving them off the line of scrimmage. Then Patterson, he's like a little bowling ball of butcher knives. He's so short, he's underneath there. He gets hidden behind that offensive line. What a drive to start the day by Washington.
Joey Sly for the point after. What a start for Washington.
That's the greatest feeling in the world. That's what it's all about.
Pat Summerall here with John Madden.
You always got this. You always know how much time there is. And boom! Now you're talking. I mean, this is football.
Football is my life.
In honor of the late, great John Madden, his image will now replace Fox on the corner of the screen, because without him, Fox NFL would certainly not be what it is.
I'll tell you what, I love football. He's the soundtrack of my childhood. Boom! Right? I mean, that's John, man. How cool is that?
No sport could ask for a better ambassador than John Madden. We'll have plenty of Madden stories over the course of the broadcast.
I will tell you this, when John Madden showed up to your practice, remember, I'm an NFC East guy originally. When he showed up to your practice, man, you were standing at attention. You knew it was a big game.
Well, this was his division more than any other. Kenneth Gainwell is back to return for Philadelphia. And this will sail through the back of the end zone. Jalen Hurts, Pro Bowl alternate this year, 2 weeks ago versus Washington, set a single-season Eagles record for the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Ran for 2 scores. He threw for nearly 300 plus a touchdown.
Tell you what, the kid has just shown so much maturity in his growth process, the way he's led this football team. He's played through an ankle injury. He has really done a phenomenal job and such a threat in the running game.
Well, they've had the governor on that ankle, and they've limited his running plays in recent weeks, but they feel like he is now back fully healthy as the league's top rushing attack starts on the ground, and Boston Scott met at the line of scrimmage by Jonathan Allen. Well, this is the best running game in the league, but Mark, it's a pass catcher that's caught your eye.
Yeah, it really is. Dallas Goedert is one of those guys who got the opportunity to be that full-time guy when they made the trade for Ertz out to Arizona. And let me just tell you, man, complete player. He can be a Y guy at the end of the line of scrimmage, dominate the line of scrimmage, block defensive ends, but he's a threat down the football field, crossing the football field, great receiver, and they love to get in these 2 tight end bunch formations.
A 4-year extension for Goddard in November after the trade. That's how much Philadelphia believes in him. Motion Goddard to the backfield, and on play action. Hurts sets, complete. Devontae Smith catch and run, and a big gain for Philadelphia. Pushed out of bounds by Bobby McCain.
Number 6, Devontae Smith. He's just such a smooth route runner. Everything is effortless. At the top of the route, see a little push right there on Johnson. No problem. And then just his ability to turn it back up. Just a little comeback route. Something simple right there. 2-man, you had a back in the flat. Devontae Smith running the curl, but he just does it so effortlessly. I think that's the thing that sets him apart. It almost is like he's not even given any energy, and then all of a sudden you're beat.
Well, that's good for 30 yards. He's got a chance today to set a club rookie receiving record. Hurts keeps, puts his foot on the ground, and brought down inside the 40 by Casey Toohill. Now, COVID plus injuries has made this Washington defense far from what it was a season ago.
Yeah, there's no question about it, but Jonathan Allen, one of the great players in our league at the defensive tackle position. You got to get 4 hands on this guy. You got to double team him on a consistent basis. He can wreck your running game, and that's what they're looking for today.
The Hurts run good for 6. You know, last week he ran just twice for 7 yards. Last time he had that few rush attempts in a game was his sophomore year in Alabama. On 2nd and 4, good run from Boston Scott. Well, Scott last week 12 carries, 41 yards after Miles Sanders had to exit with a broken hand, so more will be asked of Scott today.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys, he's short in stature, but man, he reads blocks. He's not one of those guys you think of as, hey, we just got to get him the ball out of the backfield, maybe a swing pass, you know, maybe a little burst route. No, man, he'll run between the tackles. He runs with toughness. Their running game, even though they've lost Miles Sanders, is still going to be fine today with Boston Scott.
Sanders not on injured reserve. They do hope that he can come back. Rager trying to find some room to run. He's upended Jalen Rager, the speedster out of TCU, and it's Kendall Fuller on the tackle.
Yeah, Kendall Fuller just reading it right now, and I love the angle he takes. That's the impressive thing. Get to the edge, make sure you don't get beat to the edge, and so then you're going to have to either make that tackle or force Rager back into the pursuit. You saw it right there with Tuhill coming in pursuit. That's the perfect way to defend that if you're a cornerback. And one of the things you always want to do when you're a good running team, see if these corners want to tackle. Guess what? Fuller seems to want to.
7th carry this year for Rager, sets up 2nd and 12 now. Hurts. Surveying, now tucks. Eyes downfield, and he will run out of bounds. Hurts second among all NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards, trailing only Lamar Jackson. He's their second leading rusher. He's got a chance to end today as the Eagles' top rusher with the injury to Sanders.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't run as much in the last couple of games, but you saw him on that early run. He had the ankle. Man, he put that foot in the ground. He juked a linebacker, David Mayo, and got himself about 6-7 yards. So it certainly looks as though his ankle is just fine when it comes to running the ball.
Philadelphia, one of the best third down teams in the league. On 3rd and 6, they go empty for Hurts. Design roll, and it's complete but short. He finds Quez Watkins for the first time today. 4th down.
Yeah, decision-making time, right? You just run a little out route right here on the outside. So look at him. Stop. Get that ball a little bit earlier. That's a little bit late. If you get the ball to him a little bit earlier, he's going to have a chance to turn it up and get that first down. But with the way they run the football, you know what? Lean on the big guys. Trust your running game.
Now 4th and 2, Philadelphia, the worst 4th down team in the league. They've converted just 5 of 17 tries. They bring Jordan Howard into the backfield. They give to Howard, and Howard is stuffed. What a 4th down stand by this Washington defense. Matt Ioannidis, one of the first to get there. Cam Curl also.
There's still time to enter your Fox Super 6 picks for a chance at $100,000 of Terry's money. Download the app now and play for free.
Today's game is sponsored by Coors Light, made to chill.
You know, a week ago, the camera was not kind when they got a look of the defensive line for Washington. Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, teammates in college, but the fight on the bench. But what a great stand early today.
We're doing a little jam front right there, right? 3 defensive linemen in there, and there's Ioannidis right there. Off the block of Lane Johnson, getting into the backfield. That's what you want. Create a new line of scrimmage. Use that power. Ioannidis, man, look at that guy. He looks like a lumberjack. Looks like he chopped down a tree before he came out to work today.
Needs some flannel on the way.
Got the beard on. I love that. Good start by this defensive line, which is really, truly, Goldie, the strength of Washington's football team.
And you look at the interior, really on both sides. Philadelphia defensively as well. Hargrave and Cox. Second drive for Washington. They start on the ground with Patterson, who scored a touchdown in the opening drive. Look at Javon Hargrave. 7.5 sacks this year. It's a career high, leads the team. And then Fletcher Cox. But a couple of weeks ago in this game, 2 sacks and a forced fumble.
You know, one of the things going on right now, too, is they've got some changes in their offensive line. Shadiq Charles moving into the left guard position. Also, Cornelius Lucas running in the right guard position. So running the ball, taking some pressure off of these guys that are new in that lineup, going to be very important for Scott Turner, the offensive coordinator.
Swing it out to DeAndre Carter on 2nd and 7. And it sets up 3rd and short.
Good little screen pass. And let me just say this right off the bat. 3rd down and short. It looks like they're going to line up here quickly. So let me just curb that thought for a second.
On 3rd and 1, Heineke in the gun. Pressure. Heineke is able to get rid of it, and the catch is made by Ricky Seals-Jones, the tight end. Derek Barnett with the pressure, and Heineke's had a couple of impressive releases already today.
Well, I don't know what's going on down here, but this is just a total mistake. This is where you got to help people. You got to understand what that blocking scheme is, how Heineke got rid of that football. Hey, 3rd down and 1, I'm a believer in doing what you're doing, meaning run the football, be physical. Right there, Heineke just being a magician with the football, because that was obviously broken up front.
You said at the beginning he needs to be a playmaker today. He's 4 for 4. He's found 4 different receivers. Heineke to pass. Puts some zip on it. Catch made complete. DeAndre Brown. Make it 5 different receivers. They move the chains again.
Man, how about this? I mean, this is just pretty simple stuff right here. Running the through route inside, getting the back out of the backfield to create some layers, and you're just running an easy in-cutting route by De'Ami Brown. Really nice throw on the money. The thing I've noticed about Heineke right now, Taylor, really on time with his throws, right? Really just getting the ball out of his hand, 5 for 5, on time. Keeping things moving.
That's the second play of 20 yards or more, and this Eagles defense has limited such plays better than any other unit in the league this year. Another catch made. Terry McLaurin streaking down the sideline, 6 for 6, his 6th different receiver.
Well, a little bingo cross action here. And this is what they want to be able to do. He's usually the X receiver. They put him down here in the slot. They're going to run a couple crossing routes, get some picks. They want to get the ball in his hands early. How do we do that? Well, line him up tight to the formation, run a couple pick routes right there, get him the ball underneath on time, and let him run with it afterwards. Really smart design by Scott Turner, the offensive coordinator, getting the ball in his hands early.
Hey, Dax Milne is looking around saying, where's mine? He's the only pass catcher who hasn't gotten one so far. Heineke spreading the wealth. 1st and 10, empty set. Heineke moving his feet, shuffling, almost falls, and just heaves. It's intercepted. Oh, what a poor decision. A flag is out. He could not get it out of bounds. Jannard Avery, it would be his first of his career.
Yeah, and I don't know if we're going to get a penalty on the Philadelphia Eagles. Jannard Avery, who intercepted the ball, really had a great shot right pretty close to the 5-yard chuck rule.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, defense, 58, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic 1st down.
Yeah, that was on McLaurin, and that's one of the ways you try to eliminate some of what McLaurin gives you, right? You try to make sure you hit him, make sure you disrupt the routes, but that one just beyond that 5-yard chuck rule. And then Heineke, I mean, the one thing you got to be able to do if you're Heineke right now is either eat it, but don't do that. I mean, that's one thing, like I said coming into the game, you got to play fearless, but not reckless. That was reckless right there, and there's the illegal contact.
Jonathan Williams out of the line of scrimmage. Ball is out. Washington appears to have fallen on it. Brennan Sheriff, who was out the last 2 weeks because of COVID.
Well, here you see him right there on the ground, hip on the ground. Still had the ball was secured when they rolled over. I believe that's when it came out of Williams' grasp.
2nd and 12 for Washington. They scored on their opening drive. It was Jared Patterson with the touchdown run. Clock stopped at 3:01.
I like some of the deception, though, in that running game right there. Goldie, I mean, you got the...
Washington is challenging the ruling on the field of a fumble recovery by the offense.
Today's game is sponsored by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
So the question is, was the runner down before this ball came free?
All right, well, here it is. I think it's the elbow. You look at the elbow on the ground right there. Still the ball secure in the hand of Williams. So I think that is down by contact. And I am never wrong. Bam, down. Now the ball comes out. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Simple. Let's move on.
Williams part of this now shorthanded backfield for Washington. Just 9 carries for Jonathan Williams over the last 2 seasons.
I can always tell how the teams feel. When you watch the offense stand out there and the defense stand out there, they pretty much know what's going down too.
They'd be somewhere else otherwise if they felt differently.
Yeah, if they felt differently, Washington's defense would be on the football field right now, vice versa.
Now, Washington had such an impressive opening drive. Paid off in a touchdown, then a 4th down stand to stuff the Eagles. Heineke's made some tremendous plays already here in the first half. Here comes our call. I spoke too soon.
After review, the runner was down by contact with the ball at the 16-yard line. It'll be 2nd down at that spot. We split 3 minutes, 36 seconds on the game clock, and Washington will not be charged with a timeout.
So it remains Washington ball. As we expected, year number 2 for Ron Rivera led Washington to the playoffs last year. It was a very down year for the division. 2nd and 9. And it remains Williams in the backfield. Heineke under center. Dax Milne gets his first touch. The rookie out of BYU, and Alex Singleton, leading tackler for the Eagles for the 2nd straight season.
Watch the leverage angle that he traces with right here. He's just going to come to the edge, but watch the leverage. See how he stays outside free, and then he comes back inside, letting the rest of the defense come in there. But you don't want to get beat to the sideline. So you want to stay outside of that. Just make that receiver, make that running back run back inside to where all your help is.
He's coming off a monster game with a pick 6. 3rd and 8 now. Heineke over the middle, and it's caught but tackled right away. Going nowhere. Cam Sims, his 2nd reception. 4th down, and the field goal unit coming on.
Well, that's a conservative play right there, but they've had a couple of mishaps in the blocking and all those things. So throw it underneath. If your guy can make a play on it, if he can break a tackle and make a 1st down, great. If not, you know what? You keep your drive alive. You give yourself an opportunity to score points, and it's exactly where they need to be.
Ryan Winslow is new to Washington. He's actually from Philly. Went to LaSalle College High School. He's the punter this week for Washington. He's also the holder. And Sly puts it through from 31 yards out. Washington coming off the most lopsided loss in the NFL. Well, it's time to celebrate. Fox Super 6 has given away over $6 million in cash prizes, and you still have a chance to win even more today. Scan the QR code now to enter Fox Super 6's NFL Sunday Challenge for a free chance at $100,000. It's not too late to enter. Play now. Jalen Hurts in this Philly offense has gotten off to some slow starts recently. They turned it over on downs their opening drive today. 10-0 Washington. Meanwhile, Taylor Heineke 7 for 7 for 97 yards.
One bad decision that he gets back on a penalty, which is good for him, and that's what you got to learn from.
7 completions to 6 different receivers. Kenneth Gainwell will bring it out. And brought down just shy of the 20. Let's go down to the field to Shannon.
Well, a couple of frustrating weeks for this Washington defense, guys. I told you Jonathan Allen looked at this as kind of a redo. We, of course, saw the outburst last week between him and his teammate Daron Payne. You guys have already shown it. I did ask Allen how that affected the rest of the defense, if he felt like he had to talk to the rest of the guys about what happened, and he said absolutely not. He said the guys on this team, they know our character. They know it's an isolated incident. We're good. It is over, and they are off to a hot start.
Yeah, Ron Rivera saying earlier in the week, you have brothers?
Yeah. Sometimes brothers gonna fight.
1st and 10 from the 20. On the ground. Good run there from Boston Scott to get things going as we check in with Carissa Thompson for the first time.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Rams, Ravens scoreless in Baltimore. Matthew Stafford, not what he wants, coming off a 3-interception game last week. Another one here, returned for 6. Ravens up 7.
Yeah, Clark just sitting on that route. Matthew Stafford got to clean it up a little bit, as Carissa mentioned, 3 interceptions last week.
Meanwhile, a 4-yard run on first down, 2nd and 6. Hurts with all kinds of time, and he's able to fire a strike and complete. Second catch made by Devontae Smith.
You know, one of the things to look for all day long right here, the eyes of your quarterback. Where is he looking? And the mesh point, is it a zone read? When he keeps his eyes up, he's going down the football field, more RPO game, more throwing the ball down the field. When he's really engaged in that running back and holding that in and looking at that defensive end, that's the run.
That completion good for 12 yards. Back to the ground to Boston Scott. You see Toohill there on the tackle. Now we talk about the slow start for Philadelphia. When we were speaking with Nick Sirianni, he said respect the ball. Turnovers early. Last time these two teams met, a couple of turnovers in the first half, in fact, and then no turnovers against New York last week, but some drops, some plays that they certainly wish that they could have had back and could have led to more than what they got. Hurts from his own 30, and it's complete. First catch by Dallas Goedert, who had a career day a couple of weeks ago, 135 yards the last time he saw Washington. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Second drive in progress for Jalen Hurts and this Philly offense. We take you back to this meeting week 17 a year ago. Washington controlled its playoff destiny, needing a win to secure the division title, trailing 17-14 to start the fourth quarter. Doug Peterson pulled Jalen Hurts in favor of Nate Sudfeld. The Eagles would go on to lose 20-14 the final. Washington would win the NFC East and advance to the playoffs. Controversial game a year ago.
It certainly was. And I tell you what, a little controversy right now with the Eagles with these slow offensive starts. We'll see if they can kick it into high gear in the second quarter.
Both quarterbacks perfect so far on the day. Rush yards about a push. Washington outgaining Philadelphia through the air as Jalen Hurts nearing midfield, past midfield I should say, on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up out of the backfield, finds Scott, brought down by Kendall Fuller.
You know, I want to get back to that, like those throws out in the edge to the running backs and stuff. I love it when I hear people say that that's just an extension of the run game, because that's baloney. No, it's not an extension of the run game. That's a throw, and it's nice to keep you on schedule, but it doesn't have the same physicality this Philadelphia Eagles offense is known for.
In a 4. Underneath. Again, Scott. Good catch and run. Brought down just shy of the 20 by safety Cam Curl.
Yeah, and you're just running these tight ends out, right? You got this stack formation out here, and this is just called a little Texas route by the running back. So you're eating up people, you're eating up space with those big bodies, and then getting little Boston Scott out of the backfield right there. Really nice route underneath, very hard to cover.
That's good for 19 yards. On 1st and 10, Hurts with a pump, now flushed. Throwing on the run, Goddard has it caught, complete, and he's down inside the 5. 1st and goal for Philadelphia.
Watch Goddard too on this. First off, it's the pressure, right? You've got to be able to avoid pressure. There it is, get out on the run. But Goddard just changing his route, understanding his quarterback's under duress. See him look over the inside shoulder, now flip it around, give my guy a target out there, give my guy some help. Really nice adjustment by Goddard.
Hurts under center, gives to Scott. A cut, and he is met right away. Deron Payne, the first to find him.
Oh, and you get one-on-one as a defensive tackle, You got to win that one-on-one. Right over the center right here. Look at him stand Kelsey up, then shut him. Bam! Right there in the backfield. Really nice play. But hey, listen, if you get a one-on-one block as a defensive lineman and you get blocked, that to me that's a loss. You have got to be able to win those things.
Second and goal from just inside the 5. They bring Jordan Howard into the backfield. They give to Howard. Howard tripped up. Third and goal coming.
Yeah, I mean, Malati, you're going to trip over Malati when he's in the hole because he's 6'8", 380 pounds. Like, that dude will block out the sun. It's like an eclipse in there when he's in there. These guys are so big, so physical, and I tell you what, on top of it, they're so athletic, too, with this offensive line.
Hurts to pass on third and goal. Hurts back of the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Devontae Smith.
That's a really nice route here. Devontae Smith, the point right there. You see it? Danny Johnson, but at the point, you can get your hands on him. Maybe a little tug right there. They're looking for it. But I'm okay. I'm okay playing a little bit of physical football.
Well, can Washington come up with a fourth down stand again? On fourth and goal, the give up the middle. Boston Scott plunges ahead. And on fourth and goal, Boston Scott finds pay dirt, and Philadelphia is on the board.
Nice combination inside. Trust in your offensive line. And that's center. Right guard. Watch this right here. Watch these guys work up to that second level. The quickness, getting off. Look at Kelsey climb to the second level. And look at that, just massive humanity just get mashed into that end zone. And that's what you do. Will you trust your big guys up front? That's what we've done. We're going to lean on these guys. Just a straight handoff to Boston Scott. Touchdown.
There's Jake Elliott for the point after, and it is good. 10-7 our score. The league.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri, who leads the league in receiving touchdowns.
Now the Pro Bowler Jonathan Allen showing some emotion on the sideline after that fourth down touchdown run for Philadelphia. It's been a roller coaster season for Washington this year. They went 500 over their first 4, then 4 straight losses followed by 4 consecutive wins, and now 3 straight losses, including a blowout loss Sunday night in Dallas.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about the sideline, that happens sometimes, man. Guys are passionate. Guys are passionate about what they do, the way they play, and that's one thing about Jonathan Allen, man. He cares, and that's important. That's an important part of this.
And you can see that defense was cooking during that 4-game win streak. They allowed just 17 points per game. It has not been the same recently as they've lost now 3 in a row.
I tell you what, 93 right there, that dude can play for me. Mostly because I'm scared.
This will go through the back of the end zone. Well, Taylor Heineke, you said at the beginning you need him to be a playmaker today. He is the second leading active rusher for Washington, so he can get it done with his feet along with his arms. So far, 7 for 7, nearly 100 yards. He spread the ball around as well.
I love the aggressiveness, and I love the style of run. I mean, they have had a lot of just misdirection stuff, the jet sweep flips, and a bunch of different things. So really nice combination of run pass here put together by Scott Turner and the rest of the offensive staff.
The motion McLaurin, they're trying to get him more involved. Their top receiver, and it's not close. And here is McLaurin on the wide receiver screen. Right away, his second catch is good for a first down.
Well, they know. I mean, when Darius Slay follows you over there, or you've got a corner up, it's Steven Nelson at this point, they know they're going to get the one-on-one. There it is. So what are we going to do? Go get him right now. See him come back off of there? You get the man-to-man coverage, get the offensive line out there hunting, and just a quick, easy throw to the outside, and let McLaurin do the rest. That getting in his hands quickly, let him get going.
He's been held in check last 5 games, just 12 receptions. Patterson trying to find an alley to cut up. Not much there. Second and 7 now for Washington. Cameron Malvo, who was just activated today. Heineke on the boot. Puts on the brakes. Heineke looking for something, and he makes something out of nothing.
And I can't even tell you how important this is. Fletcher Cox up the field. He's going to stand it up there, but watch. You go watch right here, these D tackles, but watch Fletcher Cox up here on the top. See him get down. No, that's 93 Milton Williams, excuse me, off the edge there. But Taylor Heineke putting his foot in the ground and moving back up the football field to keep him in third down and manageable. So important.
Smallwood gets the carry, the former Eagle on 3rd and 3. He's got enough for a first down.
And that's the value of Heineke being able to convert that second down and make it a third down and short. Now everything's on the table. As a defense, you got to say, hey, can they run the inside zone? Yes. Can they run the outside pitch play? Absolutely. Can they run the play action stuff? Yep, it's all on the table. We have to defend it all. And that makes it so much more difficult for you as a defense.
Remember this Washington offense without their leading rusher, Antonio Gibson, put on the COVID IR. They activated Wendell Smallwood today, former 5th-round pick by Philadelphia. That was just his second carry over the last 2 seasons. Heineke on play action with time. He checks down. First down scamper after the reception from Patterson out of the backfield.
It's a great sign. It's just a great sign. When you get Patterson involved in the passing game, you dump it off to him. He's got a little shake, little shimmy to him. Look at him giving himself a big target, even though he's only 5'9" right here. Little shimmy. I saw them working tirelessly before the game on his routes, his route combinations, his ability to catch the ball, because that's a big part of Washington's offense and what they want to do, attack the underneath coverage.
He scored his first career touchdown a couple of weeks ago against Philadelphia. Williams on the reception. He puts on a move, and Williams will move the chain. So the running back out of the backfield, a couple of receptions in a row. That's good for 11.
Gotta love it, right? Get it to the backs, in space. Let them make some plays. Williams catch the ball. They've obviously all been trained well by McKissick when he was in there, and Antonio Gibson as well, who were both wide receivers in the college game that came in to be running backs. And the rest of these backs is certainly maybe by osmosis or certainly by coaching.
Heineke's
develop that skill, excuse me.
He's been perfect. He's 10 for 10, 132 yards. Looked like that was Fletcher Cox.
Zone infraction. Defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And it was.
So let's talk about what's going on right now as an offense. There's Jonathan Gannon, defensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles, but you're doing it by variety of running game, variety of pass game, now cadence, all those things working for you.
They go to the ground. Patterson. He's got enough for the first as Washington just continues to move the chains on this drive.
There it is again. Cadence. Quick snap. 19 handoff. Just control the end of the line of scrimmage. Let Patterson go in there and put his bean on somebody. I want to talk about ball control. And look at that right now. 20 plays, 171 yards.
Washington trying to score on its 3rd consecutive drive. They motion DeAndre Carter. Heineke pressure. Heineke brought down for the sack. Josh Sweat the first to get there. He manhandled the Giants last week.
Well, it's just a great dip at the top of this thing right down here. Just going to get this unbelievable dip. There it is right here. Underneath with the rip and the dip, and then turning that tight hoop, turning that tight corner. That's what you're taught to do as a pass rusher. You can get underneath that offensive tackle, then dip underneath that, turn that tight corner, get yourself to the quarterback.
Heineke was sacked 8 times his last 2 starts. First of the day. Catch made just shy of the 20. That's McLaurin's 3rd reception. TJ Edwards meets him. And it brings up 3rd down now. Third and 11 for Washington.
Last time they were down in the red zone. They're not quite there yet, but last time, remember, on 3rd down, they threw it short of the sticks. So you want to manage it. Just can't take a sack here. Manage it. Keep points on the board.
They've been one of the worst 3rd and long teams in the league. 27th, in fact. Pressure. Able to escape. Heineke eyes downfield, zips it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Seals-Jones. Seals-Jones, and the cameraman is down. That looked no good for anybody. Anthony Harris was there in coverage. 4th down. Hopefully everybody is all right.
Yeah, that was quite the collision. Seals-Jones. I mean, getting out of there, that is one, just the escapability, and just trying to make a play, giving your receiver the only one with a chance to catch it.
5:40 to play in the first half. Washington leading Philadelphia 10-7. Our concern right now on the sidelines twofold. Ricky Seals-Jones tied in for Washington, and our camera operator Jim Kimmons. It's a terrible collision. And bless his heart, Jim was hanging in there, trying to get the best shot possible. And Ricky Seals-Jones came right into him. And both needing some pretty serious attention there on the sideline. 4th and 11 coming. We'll step aside once again from Landover.
Today's game is sponsored by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. And by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL. Verizon.
But you never want to see Ricky Seals-Jones carted off the field after the collision. Certainly Shannon will let us all have more information when it is available.
Yeah, that's always one of the toughest things to watch in football. Physical game. Thoughts and prayers go out to Ricky Seals and his family.
Fortunately, our camera operator, Jim Kimmons, was able to walk off the field on his own power. This is a 39-yard attempt coming for a slide. Hit from 31 earlier. And Washington has found points in all 3 drives. Sly is 2 for 2. 13-7 Washington. We'll be right back after this message from Progressive.
Progressive presents At Home with Baker Mayfield.
Really appreciate you stepping into house sit. Everything should be pretty straightforward. Here's the keys. Let me show you inside. So each heater's on its own power grid, so you're just gonna have to throw the breakers each night. Tuesday's trash day. Just pull the dumpsters out the night before. Do you like dogs?
There are dogs?
There's a whole section of them. If you're gonna leave, remember to set the alarm. The code is 6.
Just 6?
Shh.
13-7 Washington with just over 5 minutes to play in the first half. Let's check in once again with Carissa.
Thank you, Aaron. Bucks Jets tied at 7. Zach Wilson will connect with Braxton Berrios for this 9-yard score. Berrios is second of the day already. Bucks had a field goal. Jets in front, 14-10.
How about that? You just never know, right? This is such a week-to-week league. Come on, Tampa and the Jets.
Slide to put it in the air, and Gainwell lets it go through the back of the end zone. The NFL's Inspired Change initiative focuses on reducing barriers to opportunity and creating progress in education, economic advancement, community and police relations, and criminal justice reform. You can text NFLIC to 635-635 to learn more. It takes all of us to advance social justice.
Speaking of justice, those big hog mollies want to dispense some on this drive right now. Just get out there, get after people, dispense a little justice.
I mean, how much fun have you had this week watching that offensive line on tape?
I got to be honest. I really like him. Oh, Darius Slay.
Now the cornerback in on offense. Not the first time this year. Goddard up in it. The ball is free.
I got to think he's down by contact.
It's Cole Holcomb and Kendall Fuller. Now Goddard's had some ball security issues and some drops as well recently.
All right here, I mean, he is down, hips down. You see Holcomb come in there with the elbow and dislodge the ball. But Darius Slay, interesting now. You know, when he got these first offensive reps, he told Nick Sirianni, the head coach, it's about time. Sometimes he's going to be a decoy. Other times they're going to try to get him the ball.
He scored 3 defensive touchdowns this year, the Pro Bowler. Howard is tripped up, going nowhere. Tim Settle right there.
Man, really good job by Settle, just splitting the double team so quickly. Watch, right here between the center and the left guard in the backfield, creating a new line of scrimmage. Call that a pirate stunt. When you're outside just a little bit, and bam, right inside of the offensive line, trying to split that double team. Beautiful job by Settle.
That has pirate tendencies, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it is. You know what? It's kind of an shiver me timbers type of thing.
3rd and 8 now after the loss. Hurts tucks it. He becomes a runner. Jalen Hurts runs for a first down and more. And he slides in midfield. That ankle's looking all right today in the first half.
Man, you talk about man coverage. You got everything locked up on the back end. And watch Jalen Hurts. He sees that nothing's open. Man-to-man, single high safety. Hey, everybody's got their back turned to me. Guess what I can do? I can run. And there goes Jalen Hurts. Really nice decision.
That's good for 22 yards. Hurts, pressure coming from the backside. He's able to keep his feet somehow. He somehow pulled a rabbit out of the hat and avoided a sack.
I mean, how do you see it? How do you see it coming? You get your back turned to it all of a sudden. Jalen Hurts with the avoidal. I don't know if that's a word, avoidal, but I'm going to use it because it makes sense to me. It's a word now. Great avoidal ability.
That's a terrific play. Meanwhile, Nate Herbig, third-year pro out of Stanford, is down. We'll step aside. Good to see Nate Herbig able to walk off on his own power. It was William Bradley King who was activated today for Washington, who was coming in to sack Jalen Hurts. Hurts was able to avoid it. Herbig did not. And now Sua Opeta takes his spot. Second and 10 coming. Well, tonight after football, it's the premiere of Gordon Ramsay's biggest cooking competition ever. 15 of the best chefs in America in a massive, get this, 3-story culinary gauntlet. Don't miss Next Level Chef premiering tonight after the NFL on Fox. You ever have a coach talk to you like Gordon Ramsay talks to fellow chefs? I'm sure you have.
That's how everybody used to talk back in the day. That's the way you were talked to. That was standard operating procedure. It's changed a little bit now.
That's how it was. 2nd and 10 now. The pass, and it's complete. Greg Ward. It's a rare catch for Ward. That's not a touchdown. He has 4 catches entering today with 3 scores.
Yeah, and that was one of those things we called about the RPO with the eyes of the quarterback. Even though you're flagging that into the belly of your running back, you're still keeping your eyes downfield, trying to figure out if you can throw that slant or if you can throw that in-cutting route. So one of those things that Washington needs to be aware of as a key to the run pass when Philadelphia runs it.
Sets up 3rd and short. Hurts steps out. And he is somehow able to get out of it. It looked like Washington gave up on the sack thinking he was down. He scored free, but is eventually taken to the ground.
Boy, this is what happens to you when you're browbeat as a defender, right? Always told, don't take the quarterback to the ground. Don't pile drive him. You think that ball's gone, so you let go of the quarterback. Guess what? He still has it in his hands trying to convert.
And that was Cole Holcomb. Jamin Davis eventually brought him down. It was Davis last Sunday who was scratched right before kick because of experienced COVID-like symptoms. So Washington to punt. And it's penned beautifully right there at the 5-yard line. Seconds away from the 2-minute warning. 13-7 Washington. Now, so far, so good for Washington and Taylor Heineke. They've found points every drive so far.
Yes, and remember, this particular one is about possessing the ball. With 2:06 left, just don't want to give Philadelphia's offense an opportunity with the football again. You want to possess this football regardless of what happens and go into halftime with possession. That's really the key to this drive.
Heineke has been nearly perfect. 11 for 12 today. He spread it around as well. Start on the ground and a good run. Jared Patterson, the rookie, carrying the load today. TJ Edwards got the hit that will take up. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Some murky waters in the playoff picture right now. Philadelphia, one of the 3 wild card teams. If they win out, they will lock in a postseason berth. Washington, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, they have to win out to keep their slim hopes alive. But bottom line for Philadelphia, there are plenty of teams chasing where they are right now.
Yeah, no question about it. Everybody's still alive right here in the NFC. And how about Arizona comes out later today? Arizona and Dallas. Arizona kind of on a free fall right now, so they got to get there. They got to right the ship, so to speak.
They're going up against the best offense in the league. 2nd and 2 here. 2 minutes remaining. Smallwood with the carry, not going anywhere down to the field. Shannon, what do we know about Ricky Seals-Jones?
Yeah, hearing from the Washington staff, they're telling me that he is out indefinitely of this game with a neck injury. But the other person involved in that collision, our cameraman Jimmy, they checked his vitals in the back. He did have a laceration on his nose. You guys, check it out. He is back out here and ready to play the rest of this game.
And we certainly hope for the best for Ricky Seals-Jones. Carted off the field. Good to see Jim Kemmons back up on his feet and back to work. 3rd and 1. They bring Carter into the backfield. First down run. And Smallwood to move the chains. Washington with 3 timeouts.
You know, you may ask yourself, why do you bring a guy like Carter into the backfield like that, line him up there? It's just about the threat of pitching him the outside ball so you don't get constriction from the outside of the defense, right? The outside of the defense feels like, uh-oh, I've got to be leery of that potential pitch, so they don't want to constrict and squeeze, and if they don't constrict and squeeze, that inside handoff gets the first down. Really nice design, Scott Turner and the rest of this offensive staff. I like that.
Charge timeout to Washington. This will be their first timeout.
Second year for Scott Turner, calling the plays as we step aside.
TB, what are you doing?
Just keeping track of my New Year's resolutions.
Give me one.
Watch more Verizon halftime shows.
You're in luck. We've got the Verizon halftime coming up.
Wow, you know what that means? Whatever I write down happens. Win the lotto! My pretty!
We'll see you at halftime.
Yeah, exactly.
Put that down for me too, Terry, please.
Moments away. Humphreys in motion. Heineke slings it out of the backfield. Smallwood. Steven Nelson off the corner with the tackle. Smallwood getting involved here in the first half. Both teams missing their leading rusher. 2nd and 4 now. And
Washington just showing you they're not in any hurry. This is about possessing the ball. This is about going into halftime with a 13-7 lead.
They run it again. Ooh, somebody lost some gear.
All kinds of stuff.
That was Javon Hargrave with the big hit, amongst others.
I don't know if that was, man, collision. If that was mouthpieces, I don't know. Wait, is it right here? The big hit, and if that's helmets and mouthpieces and numbers coming off.
It says 38.
Oh, yeah, he just eliminated right here. The 38. Now, there it is. There's no 38 anymore.
Now, that's a number change.
Yeah, that is a number change.
That's all that's left.
There it is. Right there's the 3, and you see the 8 right there, right?
That's your best work of the day.
Right. Our players' numbers are flying off. That's the opposite side. The opposite side took a beating as well.
Well, that's not going to last many more carries. Maybe they can stitch it up at half. 3rd and 1 now. Just over 30 seconds remaining. Well, the man with fresh decals, Jared Patterson. Patterson a touchdown in the first half on the opening drive for Washington, the rookie out of Buffalo. It was Patterson who scored an FBS record. He ran for 8 touchdowns in a game against Kent State back in college. Now, for the first time, the regular season is 18 weeks, and next weekend's finale will have games on both Saturday and Sunday. Matchup times will be determined following Week 17, ensuring a weekend of just fantastic matchups. It's one last shot to change the playoff picture. The season finale comes your way next weekend.
Oh, there it is. All you got is this right there. I don't know what number that you're at right there. That's it. That's all you got.
The base of the 3, possibly.
Oh, the base of the 8.
Yeah, could be. Over the middle and complete. Cam Sims, his 3rd grab here in the first half.
How much confidence does Heineke have right now? I mean, you're running a clearing route from the inside, in-cutting route on the outside. Cam Sims, little dig, clear it out, run the dig in there, and just let it eat. And that's what we talked about. Watch this ball on time. That's covered. You know, in the college game, you don't throw that ball. That guy's covered. You can't throw it. Heineke, I'm going to let this thing eat, come right down to the dig route, and look at this. Right on the hands, out in front of the receiver. Oh, my goodness.
Now, Sims busier than usual today. 3 grabs here in the first half. Meanwhile, Heineke remains nearly flawless. He's 13 of 14 for 161 yards. 23 seconds remaining, and it's complete. McLaurin as they hustle up to the line.
Yeah, the mindset has changed right now. They're seeing potential points after that dig they threw.
And kill it. 11 seconds remaining, out of timeouts.
Well, now you're in decision mode, right? You can't throw it in the middle of the field. You don't have enough time to throw it in the middle of the field. So you can either take a shot to the end zone, or you can take a shot to the sideline, see if you can complete a pass, get yourself, another half dozen to a dozen yards, and see if you can kick a long field goal.
See what Scott Turner comes up with. By the way, that spike was half of the incompletions for Heineke here in the first half. Everybody back deep for Philadelphia, 3rd and 1. Heineke lobs it out of bounds. Clock stops, 6 seconds remaining in the first half. Sly will come on for his 3rd attempt here in the opening half.
Well, Philadelphia knew exactly what was up. They had their defensive ends, Barnett on the sideline. I mean, they were protecting that sideline.
Season long is 56. This from 55.
Philadelphia takes its 2nd timeout, 30-second timeout.
Next slide, think about this one a little bit. Opening drive of the day for Washington, an impressive one. Jared Patterson, the rookie, helping them march down the field and find the end zone. After a turnover on downs for Philadelphia in their opening drive, they go for it on 4th. And they're able to punch it in. So this a near season long for Sly, kicking for his 3rd team this year, 4th different kicker for Washington. And Sly swings his foot into it, and Sly is good from 55 yards deep. What a first half for this Washington offense.
Got to drive these 55-yarders. Remember, Winslow, new holder. They've done this before in Carolina, so they're familiar with one another. And right there, inside, beautiful. There it is. Go ahead, celebrate. Yeah, baby. Heineke is just fired up.
You think about where Washington was coming off the most lopsided game in the NFL this year, when they were absolutely blown out in Dallas, and now they come home. They take on a Philadelphia team that has won 3 in a row, one of the hottest teams in the NFL. They'd won 5 of 6, and what a performance by this Washington football team in the first half.
No question about it. Dismantled offensive line, so you've gotten that together. You've run the ball well. You've basically called a great game, and Heineke has played just lights out. His ability to manage this football game while playing aggressively, it's just been great.
The squib kick will take us to half. What a first half performance by Washington as they lead Philadelphia going in halftime. Our first half stats, remember, this is the top rushing offense in the NFL. Philadelphia held to 47 yards. Meanwhile, Washington outgaining the Eagles 231 to 161. Our first half stats. And off to Patterson. Patterson inside the 5. Patterson, touchdown, Washington. The give up the middle. Boston Scott plunges ahead. That was today's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. 16-7 Washington in front of Philadelphia at half. Aaron Goldsmith, Mark Schlereth. Mark, you gotta tell us about what you're wearing. The all Madden jacket.
How about this? You know what? I've had this in my closet since 1998. I've never taken it out, but to honor John Madden. Now you can see it's a little big back then when I actually was awarded this jacket. I was on a strict diet of taco meat and cheese whiz, but now it's the first time I've ever actually worn this in public. So it's been in my closet since the day I got it. And I'm not a memorabilia collector, but I'm such a John Madden fan that I wanted to honor John by wearing this jacket.
And this is far from a schmedium that you're wearing right now.
Yes, this is a 4X. You can see. Anyhow.
I would hate to see what I would look like in that. Hey, let's take this one to the game for a second. This was a game where Philadelphia comes in. They've got playoff destiny in their hand. Meanwhile, Washington has to win out to keep their small sliver of playoff hope alive. What did you see in the first half?
Well, I mean, ultimately, you look at what Washington did, and they executed everything they wanted to do. But if I'm Philadelphia right now in true John Madden fashion, I just say, hey, guys, it is time to line up and play some smash-mouth, old NFC East football. And that's what's gotten them to this point, and that's what they need to continue to lean on. The number 1 rushing team in football, they've got to lean on that.
And that rushing game has been bottled up in the first half by this Washington defense. Washington is coming off such a horrible performance Sunday night against Dallas. They have come back home inspired and playing some of their better football recently, especially Taylor Heineke. Let's go down to the field and Shannon.
Hey, Aaron, 2 words from Ron Rivera. Not bad. That's exactly what he said when I asked him what he saw in that first half. He said defensively, third down, they need to get a little bit better. They also want to do a better job containing Jalen Hurts. As you mentioned, Taylor Heineke, almost perfect in this game, except for that one negated turnover. Ron Rivera telling him, be smarter on that one. As far as Nick Sirianni, this top-ranked running offense, just 47 yards. He said, we haven't had that many opportunities. We're throwing it well, we're moving it, but we definitely have to continue to run the ball, and we have to make it uncomfortable for Taylor Heineke in the second.
Philadelphia averaging fewer than 4 yards per carry. Not at all what they're used to over the course of this season. Washington, you look at what they have done today on third down. 5 for 8, and a big part of the reason why they scored on each of their first 4 drives of this game, and they have one time possession as well.
And one of the reasons they're running the ball well, they're in third down and short, third down and manageable, making the defense have to honor everything, the run and the pass.
A touchback will get things started for Jalen Hurts and Philadelphia here in the second half. Hurts 9 for 11, 116 yards. Made some nifty plays with his feet. I think this much we know about Hurts. The ankle that they've been very careful with. He missed a game, and then they were careful with him for the last two. Looks like he is back to full strength.
Well, there's no question about that. He's moved exceptionally well. He's dodged some people that were sure sacks in the pocket, and been able to not only scramble but make some plays with his arm down the football field once under duress. So he's really done a good job of managing this offensive system.
His leading receiver, Devontae Smith, 2 catches, 42 yards in the first half. On play action, they set up the tight end screen to Goddard. His 4th catch today is just shy of the first down. Cole Holcomb, who was out last week with COVID, Washington's leading tackler, brings him down.
It's about the timing of the screen. That's really what it comes down to. Goddard does a great job of just holding his block, letting the offensive line block, and then get in front of him to get that 8-yard gain.
Sets up 2nd and short. Boston Scott in the backfield. He has scored the lone touchdown today for the Eagles. And Scott delivers a hit and falls forward for the first down. That was Cam Curl.
Man, for a small guy, I mean, one, leverage, and then just, you know what, they always talk about, don't be the hittee, be the hitter. Bam, right there. Just lower your shoulder, same foot, same shoulder, drive through the tackler, get yourself a first down.
Philadelphia without their leading rusher, Miles Sanders, is out today with a broken hand. They're hopeful that they can get him back this year. Fresh set of downs on the opening drive of the second half. And it's off the hands.
Get on it.
That was Watkins who was able to get on top of it. Second leading receiver for Philadelphia.
Smart getting on that. I don't think it was a lateral. I think it was forward, but really nice job here by Watkins getting on to make sure that that doesn't go as a fumble.
Now Washington's, their defense ranks last in terms of containing number 2 receivers this year in the league. It's been a quiet first half for Quez Watkins, however. Not much for Jalen Reagor either. Play action for Hurts, all kinds of time, eyes downfield, now checks down. It's Scott out of the backfield, catch and run for a first down. Cam Curl pushes him out of bounds. Scott busy on this opening drive.
Well, you're running deep routes. What ends up happening to you is the separation. As you get out here, there's so much separation down the football field from a north-south standpoint, but also side to side. And you just throw it out to Boston Scott and let him do his thing out there on the edge.
That's good for 18 yards inside of Washington territory. Hurts sets his feet. Hurts putting some air underneath, taking a shot. Devontae Smith. Too much and incomplete. Kendall Fuller in coverage.
Well, always a little double move, but Fuller stays on top of the double move. You're going to see it right here. Double move, but stay on top of it. Then just a little bit of hand fighting by Fuller, but you're trying to find that right here. Grabbing. You're trying to extend that arm out there and try to be in phase, they call it. Trying to just get a feel for where the body of that guy is. Little grab there, but gets away with it.
Smith, one of 6 rookies leading his team in receiving yards this year. 2nd and 10 now. Watkins in motion. Howard turns upfield and is brought down to the 40.
Well, there you go. There's a little different right there. Instead of all the zone read stuff, hey, listen, one thing that sets Philadelphia apart is the volume of plays that they can run in the running game. Because they're not only physical at the point of attack, but they're also exceptionally athletic up front. So they can run the pin-pull series, they can run the counter series, they can run the power series, the gap series, or just like that, wide stretch play and dominate the line of scrimmage.
Hurts in the gun on 3rd and 4. Hurts delivers a strike. Goddard leaves his feet and hauls it in. Takes a tumble and somehow is able to pop up and signal for the first down as they move the chains with one of the best tight ends in the game.
Right, little high-low, get the running back in the flat, affect the flat defender. That's exactly what you want to do. You see Jamin Davis right there, 52. He can't get enough depth because Boston Scott's underneath. which leaves that open for Goddard on the deep throw.
Goddard, the former walk-on at South Dakota State, how far he has come. Back to the ground game. Scott falls forward. Oh, happy to see Goddard able to pop up after this one and be okay.
Right, I mean, you just cut him in a little comeback right there. Get pushed out, kicking net's gone, the table, gonna get a massage, and then you roll back over and bam, first down. You signal, see, first down.
Almost like he worked on that one.
They're gonna charge him for that table, that kicking net.
Now 5 targets, 5 receptions. Glad the parab was okay down there. 2nd and 6 after a first down run from Scott. Hurts with a pump, sets, checks down, and Scott forced out of bounds. Not much going there. David Mayo on the tackle for Washington. Old Holcomb there also.
Boy, they read that, right? They read that Holcomb was just in man-to-man coverage out there when he saw Jason Kelsey, the outstanding all-pro center, roll out there. He just beats him to the edge. Hard to do because Jason can flat out run. Gets that tackle. Creating this 3rd and long.
Now, Philadelphia this year, the 2nd lowest 3rd down average yards to gain in the league. They're facing, however, a 3rd and 9 here. Pressure coming. The flag is out and blown dead.
False start. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
It's on Lane Johnson.
Man, that's so, I mean, Lane Johnson's so quick, and you always teach your offensive lineman first off the ball, right? First guy out of your stance. He is timing that up just a tick early, but I appreciate, you know what? I just appreciate guys snapping out of their stances, getting ready to play. Just beat it ever so slightly.
And Johnson, a Pro Bowl snub. He actually caught a touchdown last week instead of blocking for one. On 3rd and 14, Hurts directing traffic. Still looking for a man downfield. And it's caught inside the 5. What a play to buy some time. Greg Ward's 2nd catch sets up 1st and goal for the Eagles.
Watch, I mean, it's all about avoiding the pressure first and foremost, scrambling around, keeping drives alive. There's Ward just giving him a target down the football field. Watch this. Watch Ioannidis right there. Get his leg out there. Try to get a little subtle trip in. Jalen Hurts on the fly when he's scrambling around. Deadly accurate with the football with those open windows.
Well, they convert on 3rd and long. They give to Howard. Howard trying to find some daylight. Picks up a couple brought down by David Mayo.
You got to find the value in the nasty. That's, to me, you got to find the value in the nasty. You got to award those 2-yard gains, especially down here when all that defense is trying to do is stop you. 12th play of the drive is coming up, and we're just going to start leaning on you. It's like a boxer going to the body. Just keep leaning on you, leaning on you.
Impressive opening drive for Philadelphia to begin the 2nd half. They give to Howard again. Howard stood up at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal coming.
Well, this is, hey, man, you know what's coming at you, right? And look at everybody right here. They understand what's coming at you. Can we dominate the line of scrimmage? Can we get penetration? Holcomb in there, Allen in there, everybody gang tackling. Bobby McCain getting a little. This is old NFC East smash mouth football.
Boston's got the lone back on 3rd and goal. Scott turns up. Scott is met and brought down. What a tackle, Cole Holcomb.
Watch Holcomb read the pulling guards. He's right here. Watch him lose ground and then come back up in there to make this play. Watch it. He's got to move over the top of everything. Now, angles, bam, hit, tackle, 4th down.
Washington scored on 4th and goal earlier. Hurts is tripped, flips, dive, touchdown Boston Scott. His 2nd today.
We're not worthy. We are not worthy. What a play. You're going to see his foot get stepped on. Jalen Hurts right there. Kelsey steps on it. The wherewithal, the presence of mind to be able to throw an accurate pitch out there to Boston Scott on the outside. Toss play. Come on. That's an amazing play.
Now the Houdini act has been in full effect today for Hurts. Elliott is on for the point after. All of a sudden a 2-point game. Impressive opening drive to begin our 2nd half by Philadelphia. Lengthy drive for Philadelphia to open up the 2nd half, and it's capped off with Boston Scott's 2nd touchdown of the day. Hurts impressive as well, 5 for 6 on the drive. They milk 7:39 and pull within 2.
So and that's how you open up the 2nd half. Now, I mean, they've had some slow starts here the last 5 weeks. Their 2nd half, they've been outstanding. Now, it's not the way to go into a playoffs, right? Struggling and only playing a half of football, but that's the way to start the 3rd quarter right there if you're Philadelphia.
Sirianni started giving that halftime talk pregame.
Right, yeah. Switch it around a little bit.
Something's going on there. To the back of the end zone. New in 2022, Michael Cole has what's coming up on Friday Night SmackDown.
What's the fallout from WWE Day 1? And what's next for the Universal Champion Roman Reigns? Find out on the first SmackDown of the new year. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live this Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Well, you know, meanwhile, this Washington offense is hoping they can do more of the same from what they did in the first half. They had 4 drives. They've scored each time a touchdown and 3 field goals. And Taylor Heineke just did about everything you could ask for.
There's no question about that. Really well managed first half.
Patterson stuffed by Hargrave, the rookie running back, getting a full workload today. Antonio Gibson, leading rusher for Washington on the COVID IR.
Well, you saw the little jet sweep off the handoff there, and the Philadelphia defense really sold out on the handoff. See if they come back with a little jet sweep, maybe play action off of that, or just hand that jet sweep to get the edge. But that's the things you're looking for as an offensive coordinator. How are they defending it?
Heineke has completed 14 passes to 9 different receivers. He's set to pass here, and he completes. He finds McLaurin, his 5th catch today, and Anthony Harris greets him immediately.
Well, Anthony Harris just sitting back in zone. He's just going to come across the field right here. That's how you get it to his hands quickly, and watch him just trigger on this. Beautiful hit. Stopping that for a short gain. Go ahead and celebrate that. Yeah, go ahead. Flex on him. Yeah. Get excited. You should be excited. It's a good football play.
7th-year pro out of Virginia. Washington fantastic on 3rd down in the first half. Heineke pressure, and he's brought down for the sack at the 20. Josh Sweat again. It's his 2nd today.
Well, this sack is really created by inside pressure. 57 TJ Edwards, as he blitzes, it doesn't give Taylor Heineke an escape route up the middle. Watch right here. He can't come up the middle, so he's got to stay back. Now that gives Sweat the edge to go get Heineke because there's nowhere to step up. Really created. That's not doesn't go on the stat sheet. It's how you affect the game without being on a stat sheet. That's 57 TJ Edwards.
First punt today from Ryan Winslow. Dylan Rager calls for the fair catch. This Oh, we looked out on the weather today. Temperatures in the low 60s and dry. Cloud cover overhead. 16-14 Washington in the third quarter. Pretty clear line of demarcation for Philadelphia this season as they went 2-5 over the first 7. They've won 6 of their last 8, and the ground game has nearly doubled, 204 yards per game. The defense has come up stiff as well.
Yeah, no question about it. Once they could start controlling the line of scrimmage, controlling the time of possession, it took pressure off that defense, and that's really what's created this run for Philadelphia here in the last 6-8 weeks.
Jalen Hurts back up on the field after orchestrating an impressive opening touchdown drive to begin the second half. Scott breaks an ankle tackle. Scott, the spin cycle, first down run, and Philly's second drive is looking as promising as its first.
Man, how about all the misdirection, and here he comes. He's 5'6", fearless, little spin cycle like you said. Down the sideline, yeah, get excited about it. And this is what Philadelphia is. This is the run game, the versatility of the run game. That's how they're constructed. That's what they got to lean on.
It's the most run-heavy offense in the league. They lead the league averaging 163 yards per game. They've got a chance to break an all-time Philadelphia rushing record today, in fact. The pump, the pass, juggle, incomplete. Watkins had a chance at a magic trick there and can't hold on.
Boy, you talk about a mismatch. You talk about perfect, because you're locked up on Holcomb right here. You're a little wide receiver that runs like the wind. I mean, that's beautiful job by Holcomb, staying in there, and as soon as the hands go up, get your hand between the receiver's hands. But boy, you don't want to get that matchup too many times. Linebacker on wide receiver.
Happens to work out that time for Washington. 2nd and 10 now. And motion Smith. Hurts, sets, Hurts. Down the field, knocked away. What a play. It was Corn Elder. Got a hand on it and is able to take a reception away from Devontae Smith.
But Corn Elder, that's just an over route. So you motion inside right here, and you're going to get leverage. But watch Corn Elder cut underneath the leverage. He knows he's got a safety up over the top of him, so he just cuts underneath that, and beautiful extension right there. Can't play it any better than Corn Elder just did, the veteran player.
Third and long for Philadelphia. Hurts has to scramble. Pressure from the backside. He doesn't know it's there. And he throws it out of bounds. Good coverage downfield by Washington. 4th down.
Well, it's all about the pressure. They're getting that pressure up front. They fake a little blitz, then they pull out of that. But ultimately, that gives them the one-on-ones, and then you see them just orchestrating in the back end, matching up in their zone, where zone becomes man-to-man in the matchup aspect.
DeAndre Carter signaling for the fair catch just inside the 10-yard line. Close ball game. Just over 4 minutes left of the third quarter here in Landover.
There's a pigeon on the field. How did he get in there? I think there were 2 pigeons there. Johnson's trying to run a post pattern, and the pigeon's getting away. And they're still there. Run down to the pigeon and turn left. Those 2 guys don't know there's a game here.
Well, not quite like that, but pretty close. That is one of the many fabulous memories of John Madden, who passed unexpectedly Tuesday morning at the age of 85. What
classic,
an icon.
Classic RFK too, right? Got a couple pigeons down there at RFK. Little game between the Giants, Washington.
These pigeons got to keep their head on the swivel.
Doggone right. I don't even think they bought a ticket. So, I mean, you're at your own peril when you get that on the football field.
Heineke, a brilliant first half. He has spread it around today, as you can see. They're coming off their first 3 and out, and now a penalty.
False start. Offense, number 77. Half the distance to the goal line. Replay first down.
That's Sadiq Charles, who is questionable to return with a knee issue.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, this becomes so tough because you're inside the 5-yard line. And what you have to understand, your offensive playbook shrinks, what, 40, 50%? Because you can't take a deep drop. You can't do those things. So now you're really limited, and it plays to the defense's advantage.
Makes it 1st and 14. Heineke to pass, complete in a tight window. Terry McLaurin, who is getting the use that many Washington fans have been long hoping for.
Man, you talk about letting this thing eat right here. McLaurin on the inside, just a little slant route, and even lost Harris coming over there trying to get the big hit, but he just takes a bad angle.
I'll put this into perspective. 6 receptions today. He's had just 12 catches over his last 5 games. They're finding him far more often, and after 1st and 14, they're able to convert as we check in once again with Carissa.
9 and 6 against the Jets. It's going the other way today. Zach Wilson hands it off to Ty Johnson, who scores from 1 yard out. 14-point lead on the Buccaneers right now.
Well, how about that for the Jets? That's got to make you feel pretty good if you're a Jets fan toward the end of the season, one of the top teams in the NFC.
On first down, Heineke steps up. He tucks. Second leading rusher for Washington is able to slide right by the line to gain.
And this is one of the things that I think off-schedule stuff. This is where Heineke has got to play great. Look at those eyes. Checking the eyes, little pump fake right here. Knows where that first down marker is. Keeping drives alive, and now you're off the shadow of your own goal line. Your whole playbook, we talked about it being shrunken down 40%. Now it's open.
On the ground with Patterson, he is met and stood up and pushed back. TJ Edwards, now since his playing time increased 8 games ago, he has simply been one of the most productive linebackers in the league.
Yeah, he really ties the front end of the defense and the back end together. He is Jonathan Gannon, the defensive coordinator. He's his kind of eyes, his voice, his ears on the football field. And they basically said, you are our full-time 3-down linebacker. You're in charge out there. And he has just been, such a productive player. He's only had 2 missed tackles since week 8. The guy's been phenomenal.
3rd year undrafted pro out of Wisconsin. Heineke, and that looked like he got deflected. He was looking for Williams. So that's a 3rd and long.
Is that Josh Sweat again out there off the edge? Right here, just getting his hand up at the last second, getting the fingers on it. Yep, there it is, Sweat. Boy, he's having an effective game off the edge, hasn't he? Pressured the quarterback, gotten the sack. Now he got the tip ball.
A couple of sacks for number 94, who had a monster game last week against New York as well. 3rd and long now. Final minutes of the 3rd quarter. Heineke is brought down inside the 15. Jannard Avery coming through for the big sack.
Well, I tell you what, 58 just coming off Avery, coming up and just being so physical, because what they're going to run is they're going to run a little game right here. And watch him just take the center out right there, Ishmael, and then get off that block, get Heineke around the waist. But boy, I tell you what, that inside pressure, just creating a new line of scrimmage and having the hands to get off of that, really nicely done by Avery.
Heineke sacked 8 times his last 2 starts. His 3rd time being sacked today. Keeping up that average, unfortunately for his sake. Rager pushed out of bounds. Under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Heineke suddenly very much under pressure here in the 2nd half. We got some of the game's best in this one. Brandon Sheriff, Jonathan Allen for Washington. A couple of Pro Bowl nods. Jason Kelsey yet again for Philadelphia. Big play, Slay. Darius Slay going to the Pro Bowl this season as well. Kelsey and Slay, 5 and 4 Pro Bowl selections. Sherp his 5th, and congrats to Jonathan Allen, his first Pro Bowl selection.
Yeah, well deserving. Tell you what, that guy right there, that's the guy I like to watch play, man. Not only at the point of attack, but off the edge, getting up to the second level, can run like the wind.
Does your voice always get more gravelly when you talk about offensive linemen?
Yeah.
You can't help it. 1st and 10. If we could, we would. Howard busts through. First down run, Jordan Howard. A flag is out.
Holding, offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
It's on Landon Dickerson. For more on Kelsey, we go down to Shannon.
Hey, Aaron, I guess I should lower my voice as well because I'm going to talk about offensive linemen, right? So last week, of course, the Eagles just really sharing the love with touchdowns. You saw Alex Singleton get a touchdown, Lane Johnson. I asked Nick Sirianni if there's one other guy you'd like to see score on this team. He told me Jason Kelsey. He said, listen, I don't think it's going to happen ever. We can't hide him out there, but that's a guy I'd like to see get in the end zone.
Well, he certainly deserves it. He's played in every game since 2015. On 1st and 20, Hurts. Catch is made, Devontae Smith. 3rd grab for the rookie out of Alabama.
But Devontae Smith, he's just been out there running those individual routes, the comebacks, the posts. Gets one again. Drives the corner off the ball, comes back to it for the catch.
Washington dominated the first quarter, 10 of their 16 points. Philadelphia, meanwhile, they've found pay dirt in the 2nd and the 3rd. 2-point game as we start things off here in the 4th.
Short field. Oftentimes, this is where an offense tries to take a shot. They get close to the 50 or on the other side of the 50. Can we take a shot play? Can we go automatic, explosive, and get us in the end zone?
Now keep in mind, this is a Washington defense that has been gashed. They've allowed over 11,000 combined yards the last 2 weeks. Of course, that started against the Eagles in Philadelphia. And the Eagles piled up nearly 520 yards of offense. Washington's D much stingier today, however. Hurts calls his own number on 2nd and 6. Hurts right near the line to gain before he's met. That was Cole Holcomb.
Jalen Hurts, look at him get down in the legs, get in the squat. I mean, that's just a designed QB run, so you know that ankle's okay. Put your shoulder down, see if you can get that first down.
3rd and inches. Gainwell, the running back. They give to Gainwell. He's got plenty for the first down.
Just the option on the edge. You've got Cameron Curl coming off the edge, trying to force, get to the backfield. But Jalen Hurts so patient, holding that football, creating that opportunity for Gainwell. That's what makes this so hard to defend. You got to understand that quarterback becomes an extra runner, so you've got to be aware of where he is. You've got to respect the fact that he can pull it and run at any time.
Now, if you're still thinking about a shot, Devontae Smith, bottom of your screen. Over the middle, extension, and the catch is made by Goddard. Cam Curl came over to officially mark him down. It's a first down catch for the tight end.
Well, I mean, it's just a throwback, an automatic throwback, but under duress, it's a little errant throw. You put that on the money, and there's nothing you can see but wide open grass to the pylon as Curl comes back in there to get the tackle. That was a design play. The pressure stopped that from potentially being a touchdown.
Hurts puts his foot on the ground and is brought down inside the 30 by Kendall Fuller. We've seen Hurts use his legs today certainly more often than he has the last 2 weeks. He's leading the team with 40 yards on the ground. Scott has the 2 touchdown runs for Philadelphia today. The game's top rushing attack without their leading rusher Miles Sanders today, out with a broken hand. Hurts. Incomplete. He was looking for Goddard. Tight coverage there. He's looking for a flag. Cam Curl in coverage.
Cam Curl inside right here on Goddard. Watch the hands early. Disrupt the route early. Bam. That's what he told us. Then he lets go of it. It's just perfectly done. Stays on top. You see the top leverage there, but it was really won at the point of attack, or at the point of the release of the tight end Goddard. So he won it with his hands inside early, then let him off, so no penalties called. You can't do it any better than Curl just did it right there.
Makes it now 3rd and long for Philadelphia. Flag comes out right away, blown dead.
It's Lane Johnson again. Jump at the count.
False start. Offense, number 65. High yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Second time for Lane Johnson.
And you see what the mentality was there. They were going to throw a little bubble screen, little smoke screen out to the outside, just trying to get that yardage, trying to get themselves with a easy 3-point attempt.
Makes it now 3rd and 13 for Nick Sirianni's offense, the former Colts offensive coordinator. Hurts over the middle, leaping catch is made, but shy. Quez Watkins hauls it in. 4th down. Bobby McCain right there on the tackle.
Yeah, nice catch here. Go up, get it. And that's all they're really trying to do. Give themselves an easier field goal attempt. Keep it inside, just outside of 40 yards here at 42 yards. But, going from a 52, 53-yard attempt to a 42-yard attempt.
This would give the Eagles the lead from 42 yards out. Elliott having a career year. And from 42, he's good. And for the first time today, Washington trailing for the first time today. Now, for the first time, the regular season is 18 weeks, and next weekend season finale will have games on both Saturday and Sunday. Matchup times will be determined following Week 17, ensuring a weekend of just fantastic matchups. One last shot to change the playoff picture. The season finale coming your way next weekend. Nick Sirianni, one of numerous first-year head coaches in the league this year.
Yeah, no question about it. A bunch of those guys out there, Arthur Smith and Nick Sirianni, as we mentioned, Brandon Staley, couple of these guys have playoffs on their minds right here with Staley and Smith and Sirianni, so they're in the hunt.
And Sirianni has the Eagles in position. Simply put, if they win out, they will make the playoffs. They can clinch as early as tonight, however, with a win, and they will need some other games to go their way. DeAndre Carter back to return. Carter brings it out. He took one to the house earlier this year against Atlanta. He is crunched at the 20. Great special teams tackle there. That's Jacoby Stevens activated today. When we take a look at Taylor Heineke, who had such a brilliant first half. Overall today, 16 for 20, 185 yards. Mark, when you look at what Washington did offensively in the first half, what they have done here in the second half, what needs to be different?
Right, I think it's variety of running game. That was one thing, wide zone, tight zone, pitch, little flip plays, and then set that play action up off of that. Make sure you get the ball out of Heineke's hands quickly. Get back to what you were doing, because it was beautifully done early in this first half.
Heineke on play action. They set up the screen. Tight end screen to Bates. And Bates just picks up a couple. You look at Washington in the first half, they scored on all 4 drives. They've had to punt twice since halftime. Meanwhile, this Eagle defense has been so stingy. 4 consecutive games allowing fewer than 20 points and 300 total yards. It's the longest franchise streak since 1989 when they did it 5 consecutive games.
And one of the things you have to understand is they've really kind of changed philosophically, where they went from a too-high shell type of defense to more of a single high. And you see the opposite safety down here right now, basically being more aggressive in the run game.
Good hard run by Jared Patterson. Just shy, brought down by Harris.
And one of the things that's done, that single high look, it's given you the opportunity not only to be a little bit more stout in the run defense, but also to blitz from different areas, to bring pressure, which Jonathan Gannon, the defensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles, has definitely done since about week 8. Is brought a lot more pressure, played a little bit more man-to-man type of play.
This was not a blitz-heavy team early. 3rd and short. Back to the ground game and a first down run right up the middle by Williams. Let's take you back to LA and we check in with Carissa.
Thank you, Aaron. Bucks down by 14. Tom Brady will connect with Cameron Braid on this 4-yard score. But moments before that, the big story, Antonio Brown took his jersey off, left the field, threw his shirt and his gloves into the stands. It was reported that Mike Evans tried to calm him down to no avail. He went into the locker room. Bucks down by 7.
You think it was something other than just showing off a six-pack?
Did he know the game was still going on? I don't know what's going on there.
We'll find out more later. Incomplete, too tall. Tight coverage, McLaurin, the intended target, and a flag comes out. It was Avonte Maddox on the coverage. You can't believe it.
Pass interference, defense, number 29. Ball replaced to the spot of foul, first down.
Well, he's man-to-man on an over route in the slot, so he's right here man-to-man on McLaurin. And now watch the top of this route, watch the shoulders turn as he comes in right there with the hand and alters the body of the receiver.
Heineke was looking for it.
Yeah, you hold your hands up long enough and eventually somebody's going to throw the flag.
If only it was that easy.
I think it's the right call, though.
Long developing play. They set up the screen to Williams, and the Eagles were ready for it. Javon Hargrave.
Boy, this had no chance from the start, and it's all these guys up front. Watch them just read. They fill it. Hargrave comes underneath. He's right there. They're running a little game inside. That's one of the things defenses try to do. They try to guess correctly, and they want to run that game inside back into where they think that screen is going. Excellent call by Jonathan Gannon.
Empty set for Heineke. He completes right back towards the original line of scrimmage. Adam Humphries' second catch. Singleton, the linebacker, was right there.
Well, he's just sitting in his zone right there, waiting for that crossing route. Here he is. Watch him drop back in here. Just keep his eyes on the inside. He feels that quarterback. He sees that throw coming to Humphries. His trigger on it. And again, the angles, right? Stand outside in, forcing that receiver back into where your help is. So important.
3rd and long for Heineke in Washington. Complete. McLaurin trying to fight his way, but he's well short of the first down. And there is Maddox once again, the man who got flagged for the PI, gets the tackle on 3rd down.
Really nice effort by Maddox on the tackle. Wrap up around there. That hand on the hip. Now you use your body to kind of gator roll that thing into the sideline. Puts him in this 4th down.
Now 7 catches now for McLaurin. They haven't been able to get him to break free much at all. 4th and 5. Just inside Philly territory. Dropped. Looking for the rookie Dax Milne. There's Maddox once again. Washington.
Seton Hall clashes with UConn. And Michigan State battles Michigan. College hoops tip-off Saturday at 11:30 Eastern on Fox.
A big defensive series for Avonte Maddox as Washington turns it over on downs. Our playoff picture entering today. Simply put, if the Eagles win today and next Sunday, they will go to the playoffs. So their postseason destiny is in their hands. Meanwhile, Washington, they must win out to have even a slim chance of making the playoffs. The Eagles can clinch as early as tonight if they win and get some help from some other teams as well. Philadelphia's offense. 3 drives so far in the second half. They've scored on 2 of them, a touchdown and a field goal. They lead by 1. 7:31 to play here in Landover. Boston Scott. Scott with room to run, tripped up shy of the first down. Good run on first. It's Kendall Fuller there on the tackle. A couple of touchdown runs today for Boston Scott.
Just a stretch handoff. It's 19 handoff. That's all they call that right there. And to do that, you have to have exceptional takeoff from your left tackle and your tight end in combination up to the second level. I'll tell you what, Philadelphia Eagles, they can lean on you that way.
Eagles a yard shy of 100 on the ground collectively today. NFL's top rushing offense. This is stonewalled right at the line by Washington. For more on Boston Scott, Shannon.
You guys mentioned his size, right? Listed at 5'6". Reminds you a lot of another guy, Darren Sproles, his former teammate here at the Eagles and his mentor. I actually talked to Boston Scott pregame. What a great dude to talk to. Knew that this was a great opportunity. And I asked him what the best advice he got from Sproles ever was. And he said, don't let anyone take away your shine. Don't let anyone ruin your moment. People might count you out, but enjoy the moment because this is what you got.
Well, nobody did it like Sproles, the former Eagle. Third and 2. Hurts out of the gun. To the ground. Looks like that is short. Cole Holcomb, Washington linebacker, there to make the hit on Scott.
Cole Holcomb does a great job of just taking on the block. Watch him come around here. The block on 88 Goddard hits him, falls off, makes the tackle. Staying out on 4th down.
Less than a foot. First under center, quarterback sneak, and he lunges forward easily for the first down.
It's not a bad play, right? Quarterback sneak, get behind 6'8", 380-pound Mailata. Let that guy lean on people. Love that dude, man. He is really, I mean, you just think about him, how big he is, but how athletic that guy is at 6'8", 380.
A native of Australia, never played American football, was a star rugby player, and just an absolute behemoth. A big cog in this incredibly athletic, talented offensive line for the Eagles. Fresh set of downs. Howard turns it upfield. Howard, hard run, he churns. Good gain on first down. Now some of this ground game for Philadelphia is starting to get some traction in the second half.
Yeah, and you know what? The combination, now we're just going 18 handoff stretch. Watch hit, and then watch him work up to the second level here. Bam, and now up to the second level on the safety. That's Cam Curl, and just keep driving your feet, driving those feet, taking them off to the sideline.
You make those feet sound like they're moving even faster than they are out there.
I'm telling you what, sometimes you got to get out there and out athletical your opponent. I know that's not a word, but it sounded good at the time.
Hey, we're all here for that. 2nd and 3. They stick with the ground game. Howard falls forward for a first down. Under 4 to play. Eagles by 1. Milking clock here with the league's best rushing attack.
You know, and here it is. We've seen the stretch handoff, right? Now we get into the pin and pull game. Now we get into the counter game. You're taking your left guard, your left tackle, and you're pulling them around to the opposite side and just creating that funnel for your running back to run down. And that's where Nick Sirianni is so good. Look at 47 yards in that first half, now 63 here. You can't see it because I'm scribbling all over the place, but that's what they do. They lean on you and they exhaust you.
Howard again. And is the reason that they have such a full and wide menu of run styles simply because of the offensive line?
It truly is. I mean, obviously the quarterback adds to that because now you're talking about all 11 guys. But the bottom line is you've got the power and the physicality just to drive people off the ball with the gap schemes. Or, you know what, you've got the athleticism to run the zone, the stretch where you're double teaming one guy and then bouncing up to the second level. And it's far more artistic that way. They've got both that power and that artisanship. Is that a word? I'm making all kinds of words up.
It's been a good day for you, man. 2nd and 9. Howard again. Able to spin forward. Cole Holcomb was there. Clock dwindling down.
And right there is, like, when you don't get it done, up front, you make your running back give you the extra yardage, right?
Hey, we'll be right back after this message from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. We got to talk.
Yeah, it turns out you guys give everyone great rates.
I'm aware. Well, then how come this entire time we've been calling it the Patrick price?
I've literally never called it that.
Yeah, you call it the Rogers rate, which is cool. But it's a pretty inaccurate name when Stevie gets it, too.
We offer great rates to fit anyone's budget.
You should just say that next time.
It's the first time I heard about it.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Enormous 3rd and 5 coming here for this Eagles offense at the 23. 2:32 remaining. First pass play of the drive. Hurts, pressure. Rager cannot adjust to make the catch. Kendall Fuller there in coverage. 4th down.
Well, Kendall Fuller, they go straight man-to-man. Kendall Fuller following all the way across the line of scrimmage right here. You see the pressure. You see the stunt. 5, 6 guys coming after Jalen Hurts, and Kendall Fuller making plays out there. That'd have been a tough one to come up with for Rager.
Jake Elliott was good from 42 yards earlier. This one nearly as long from 41 to extend the Philadelphia lead. And Elliott is good again. He is hit from 41 and from 42, and he gives the Eagles a 20-16 lead with 2:21 to play. Coming up next, it's America's Game of the Week as Kyler Murray and the Cardinals take on Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, or the Lions battle the Seahawks, or Panthers Saints. Check local listings for the game in your area right here on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Well, this is how an NFC East matchup's supposed to end, right? 2:21. You got 2 timeouts if you're Washington. It's time to see if you can do and execute like you did in that first half with your quarterback. Heineke right there.
First 4 drives, they scored on all 3 in the first half, the touchdown and 3 field goals. Last 3 drives, a couple of punts and a turnover on downs. Washington trying to channel that first half offense. Meanwhile, Nick Sirianni's offense has come to life since halftime. So 2:21 to play, and Taylor Heineke, who has struggled his last 2 starts, both against Dallas, and that ferocious defense, has had a solid game today, to say the least.
Everything's got to stay open here. You've got to continue to run the ball, get the ball out of your hand quickly. Your running backs flat, do those things. Nothing that takes time. I want pace. I want the ball out of my hand efficiently. That's what you want to have happen.
He's 20 for 25. And they need him now more than ever. And motion Humphreys. On first down. Ball deflected at the line.
I don't know where he was. I think he was going to the drive to 17 McLaren, but right there you see McLaren right wide open on the crossing route. That's Williams jumping up, timing that perfectly. He felt how quick that ball was going to get out, stopped his pass rush, got his hands in the passing lane. It's just situational football, situational awareness.
Deflected again, looking for Smallwood. Josh Sweat has had himself another monster performance today. That's the second deflection.
Well, Sweat right here, and you're going to see him come up here. I mean, just understand, you're not blocked. You see the blitz coming, get your hands in the air. You know pressure. If you're a defensive lineman, we're bringing pressure. What does it mean? It means the ball's got to get out quick. So if I can't get to the quarterback, affect the throwing lane.
Jonathan Gannon's defense, so far so good. Sweat a couple of sacks, a couple of deflections here on 3rd and 10. Heineke finds Bates, his tight end, and he's able to spin forward right on top of the line to gain.
Well, they were in 2-down territory right here, so you just run a little crossing route to your tight end. Beautifully done.
Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Get the $5 Your Way meal with the Double Whopper Jr.
On 3rd and 10, Heineke able to find his rookie tight end, John Bates, for the first.
Yeah, and they're just running a little shallow crossing route right here, which just tells you they were thinking 2-down territory, just get him the ball, but Bates breaks the tackle and knows where that first down marker is. Watch him just launch himself right here, elbow over that unofficial yellow line for the first down.
And talking with the coaches for Washington, Bates is someone that they feel is maybe evolving at a rate that they didn't even see coming. Been a very pleasant surprise for Washington this year. Fresh set of downs. 2 minutes remaining. Washington down 4. Heineke having a dance. Doesn't get his legs into it, throws, and it's complete. Able to find Smallwood out of the backfield. Maddox on the coverage.
That was a clinic in the backfield right there by Heineke. You want to talk about manipulating the pocket. This is like the salsa right here. Like 1, 2, yeah. Look at him. I mean, it's amazing. And I understand it's only a 4-yard gain, but your ability to buy yourself some time to slide from side to side in the pocket and still to get that out of your hands to Smallwood, incredible.
Washington just charged a timeout because of injury. They're down to 1 remaining now. They set up the screen. Patterson near the sideline, and he tiptoes out of bounds right by the marker.
Smart decision. Patterson had a little convoy up the middle of the football field, but he didn't take it simply because he understands the situation that he's in right now. 1 timeout, got to conserve time on the clock with 1:36 left. Puts him in 3rd down and short.
Heady play for the rookie carrying the load today with Antonio Gibson on the COVID IR. 3rd and 1. Out of the backfield, Patterson inside of Philly territory. TJ Edwards with the tackle. Under 90 seconds.
Love the arm angle here by easy throw right by Heineke, changing the arm angles, getting to the running back.
Complete to Sims. Sims has a first down catch and run. All of a sudden, Washington marching down the field.
Great job, Sims getting up off that catch, running down, setting the ball down.
Heineke wasting no time for the boundary. What a catch! No, they say incomplete. It was Cam Sims again. Steven Nelson on the tight coverage.
I think as he goes up to catch, just watch his hand come down. I think the hand comes down out of bounds. Right there, out of bounds on the hand. Does, however, stop the clock, which is a good thing, obviously, with the incomplete pass.
55 seconds on the game clock, 55.
That's an eagle-eye call by the official. 2nd and 10 now. Washington needs the end zone. Patterson out of the backfield. Patterson. Knows Maddox once again with the tackle. They're in hurry up.
What a great tackle by Maddox. He's had a great second half. Defending the pass, making some tackles from his safety position.
3rd and 5 now. Again, Patterson out of the backfield has a first down to the 20.
Washington takes its 3rd and final timeout.
Washington out of timeouts, 30 seconds remaining. Down 4.
See the small card right there, the playlist for Jonathan Gannon. He's one of them simplicity guys right there.
On the other end of things, Scott Turner calling the plays for Washington.
Well, remember, the entire field is open here. You don't have a timeout, but you can throw it in the middle of the football field. You just got to rally up and spike the ball to stop the clock.
First and 10 from the 20. Heineke looking end zone, and it is intercepted by Rodney McLeod. Consecutive weeks for a pick.
Interception and touchback. First down.
Well, great in and out underneath coverage. There's the over route. You're going to see Harris on the inside take underneath. He knows he's got a safety over the top. Did McLeod keep that? Did he get his hands underneath?
All turnovers reviewed. This should be a good angle. Or not.
Yeah, can't really see with the helmet in the way right there.
Looking for the rookie tight end, John Bates. McLeod, who had a pick last week, comes with a critical takeaway here.
The depth of this defensive secondary, whether it's Avonte Maddox making plays, Anthony Harris on the cut underneath coverage there, Rodney McLeod making the interception at the end, Marcus Epps, they play 4 guys, Kayvon Wallace, 5 guys in that defensive safety rotation, nickelback rotation, all those guys contributing so far today. It looks like the feet got tangled up. I think that's where Bates went down. And look at the hands underneath. I don't see any movement on that ball. That's, to me, as I understand the rule, that's a catch. Boy, you wish some of your receivers had ball skills like that, don't you?
Tremendous catch.
The ruling in the field stands as called. First down.
And it is an interception for McLeod. And Nick Sirianni all smiles now. This Philly defense has shut down Washington's offense since halftime. 2 punts, turnover on downs, and now the critical interception with just seconds remaining.
Complimentary football. You struggle in the first half, you make your adjustments. Offense struggles in the first half, they make their adjustments. You come out here and dominate a second half. That's winning football.
Sirianni cheering on the Eagles fans who have made the trek to Landover. And one of the league's hottest teams, the Philadelphia Eagles, their playoff hopes still very much alive. Meanwhile, the playoff dreams for Washington end today. Coming up next, it's the State Farm Game Break right now.